What started as a normal night with friends turned into a nightmare no one saw coming. A 19-year-old college student and a mind that suddenly snapped, and by sunrise, one man would be dead and a family would be shattered forever.
The case began in Ontario, Canada. Thomas, a 19-year-old college student, returned home for a winter break. Thomas wasn't your average college student. He was a former rugby player, a big, strong guy who suffered numerous concussions, injuries, according to later theories that may have left his brain vulnerable. One night, Thomas reconnected with some of his high school buddies, and they didn't even think how this night was going to change their life forever. They head out to a local sports bar, watch a hockey game, have a few beers, but eventually they decide that they want to have a different kind of fun. Thomas's friends are laughing, vibing, and having a good time. But Thomas, he's just sitting there, nothing. Being a bigger guy, Thomas thought he knew the problem. He reaches back into the bag and eats a whole full of mushroom. Now Thomas is on the same wavelength as his friend. They go for a walk, they play video games, they are just tripping and hanging out. Everything seems fine. Thomas started acting different. The theory is that large dose of psychedelics started interacting disastrously with his concussion-damaged brain. He became agitated, angry, and began ranting in complete gibberish. His friends could tell this wasn't just a bad trip. Something was profoundly wrong. Thomas became paranoid. He told his friends he was scared, and then he bolted.
Thomas's friends rushed him to his home.
He ran upstairs. He burst into his sleeping mother's room, flipped on the light, and sat on the floor staring. His mom, startled, tired, and naked, simply told him to turn off the light. But Thomas didn't react at all. That's when she knew this was more than a just late night high. The commotion woke up her sister. He was yelling, shining his phone flashlight on them, and screaming that they were Satan and the devil. He declared he was going to his dad's house, which was just a block away. His mom and sister tried to block the door to stop him, but Thomas, the big, strong former rugby player, simply shoved them out of the way and sprinted out into the December cold. He was barefoot and shirtless in a Canadian winter. Thomas's mom, her boyfriend, and one of the friend who we'll call Frank jump in the car that made the one-way drive to the dad street. That's where we spotted Thomas standing outside a neighbor's house. Friend got out of the car, offered Thomas a jacket, and tried to talk him down. But Thomas was beyond calming. He was in a full-blown psychotic state. Yelling, he cursed out his friend and tried to fight him. Frank retreated to the car. Thomas followed. He picked up the rock and he smashed it against the driver's side window. The window shattered. Everyone inside was freaking out and no one had a phone. In their panic, they had left them at the house. While they were gone, Thomas ran to his father's house. He found a way in through a window, walked upstairs, and at 3 a.m., he kicked down the door to his dad's bedroom. His father was asleep next to his girlfriend. Thomas was screaming. He was hallucinating that his father and his girlfriend were the devil as well. His shocked father jumped out of the bed and followed Thomas into the kitchen to try and subdue him. But the dad was no match for the bigger, stronger, drug-fueled Thomas. Thomas, declaring he was the God will in a house of Satan, grabbed a kitchen knife and stabbed his father again and again. Tragically, Thomas's father was killed in that horrific attack. Thomas then turned to his dad's girlfriend, who ran back to the bedroom and managed to grab the phone to call 911. But Thomas was right behind her. He attacked her with a knife too. Meanwhile, Thomas's mom and sister had finally grabbed their phone and was speeding back to the dad's house, desperately trying to call and warn him. They arrived to a scene of shouting and chaos. They rang the doorbell repeatedly, but no one answered. They called the police. Police arrived quickly and found and arrested Thomas. Thomas's dad's girlfriend was rushed to the hospital. She underwent multiple surgeries, lost her right eye, but thankfully she survived. At trial, the jury considered the argument that the mushroom, combined with his prior brain injuries, had caused the psychotic break. Thomas Chan was ultimately found guilty of manslaughter. He was sentenced to a 5-year prison. After a long battle through appeal in court, Thomas Chan is out now, devastating and a violent incident that tore a family apart.